Hello everyone, welcome back to the NCU Admission and Scholarship Online Information Session. This part we invite Professor Lee from the School of Management to give us a brief introduction about the college, and two international students, Eileen and also Pablo, are also here today to share their lives in NCU and in Taiwan with you guys. Then we will leave some time for the QA. If you have any questions, you are very welcome to leave questions below. So now let us welcome Professor Lee to introduce the School of Management.
Hello everyone, my name is Wei-Shen Lee and I'm the Director of the International Certification Office of School of Management. I'm also an Associate Professor in Department of Finance. And let me introduce our School of Management here. So our School of Management here is located in the center building of the central campus in NCU, and we're behind the famous Xiaomu Cafe, right? The cafe. Okay. And so, what's special about our school is that we do have a very strong research performance, and we strive for teaching improvements. We do have ASSB accredited in 2014, and also we have a reaccreditation in 2019. And we also being selected by the Taiwanese Ministry of Education for promoting bilingual education. We also strive for bridges the industry and academies. We are the first SAP academy centers in Greater China area, as well as the Dr. Yunus Social Business Center in Greater China region. We recently established the Center of Industry Collaboration to further enhance our collaboration between the industry and the academy. So our mission is trying to educating the leaders for a sustainable organization society. We're hoping that we will provide insightful knowledge and practical experience to cultivate trustworthy leaders with a very high level of critical thinking, and will ensure the sustainable development of the organization. So, in terms of organization of SOM, well, this is pretty complicated, but we do have 4 undergrad departments, and we also have 4 graduate institutes. We'll have an international MBA program, which we'll introduce later, and also have an executive MBA program. We also have different research centers. In terms of size of our schools, we have 91 full-time faculty. About half of them are full professor, and half of them are associate and assistant professors. So our faculties are young and vivid. And we also have roughly 2,600 students. Half of them are undergrads, and half of them are graduate students. So let me introduce our departments one by one. The first one is the Department of Business Administration, which focuses on the globalization and localization. So they do have the faculties with academic backgrounds from the worldwide, including Japan, Germany, US, and other places. And also they are one of the leaders of e-commerce in Taiwan. They partner with the world's leading software company, SAP. And also focus on the Industry 4.0, they have a strong research partnership with the leading German institutes. And you can refer to their regulations and also their language proficiencies in this screen. I'll just show this barcodes for you. Okay? So let's move on. We also have an information management department, which according to several media ranking, is #1 in Taiwan's similar departments. We also been ranked in number 43 in the world. And also have a very strong, they're inviting industry leaders to be mentors of students. Again, I leave those information for you here if you are interested. Whereas our Department of Finance is where I come from. We are very proud of our research. We've been ranked #1 in Taiwan by the Ministry of Science and Technology, and also in top 20 in the Asia Pacific area, based on the ranking from the Pacific Basin Finance Journal. So recently, our focus on the research, including the environment, social and governance, ESG, and behavioral finance, and financial derivatives, as well as the risk management. We also collaborate with the major asset management firms for our students' teaching. Our professors, as well as our graduates, work at central banks and Ministry of Finance or financial supervisory commissions. So we have a very strong tie with the industry as well as the regulatory agencies. And we do Department of Finance in terms of regulations and language proficiency we provided here. And here, Lin and I introduced the Graduate Institute of Human Resource Management, which is arguably the best HRM program in Taiwan. They do have a very strong and summer corporate internship programs. The graduates from this institutes, they working in the top 100 enterprise in Taiwan. 40% of HR heads in the public companies are their alumni. Like for example, their alumni take on the HR directors and senior ranking positions in those well-known companies like TSMC, Acer, Foxconn, etc. And here is their requirements or their links for the regulations for your reference. We also have Industrial Management, Graduate Institute of Industrial Management, that integrate advanced manufacturing technology as well as information technology. They teach the state-of-the-art software and many different modules with production planning, material management. And 90% of the course in this graduate institutes are taught in English. And each graduate has an average of 3 to 4 jobs. Again, here is their graduate their regulations and language proficiencies. And we also have the Department of Economics. They are focusing on innovation, application, and service, especially on education parts. They are leaders in Taiwan for the problem-based education, also for the gamification in education. They also have a very strong industry mentorship and industrial internship program. They also even offer courses for senior high school students for dismantling the knowledge in economics. And for industrial economics, a graduate institute for industrial economics is one of a special programs which focus on industrial economics. They offer courses called interdisciplinary fields of law and economics. They also develop to bring together like different disciplines. They offer courses like labor economics, health economics, and environmental economics as well. We also have a relatively new Graduate Institute of Accounting, which is the only graduate institute in accounting in Taiwan, integrated ERP-based accounting training. And they develop courses with the top Big 4 accounting firms and with a almost guaranteed employment rate. And we do have, from this year, we have our international MBA programs, which is open for business. And we have minimum credit requirements for 39 and 8 required courses. It would take, and we expect full-time students. 100% of a course will be taught in English, and we'll also have a mentorship to foster networking. We're hoping that 50% of the students will be international students, and the approximate cost will be US dollars like $11,250. And we'll have 4 concentration areas for that program, which including management, sustainability, finance, and data decisions. And learning approach including case studies and peer collaborating learnings, experimental learnings, and project-based learnings. And we will have 4 scholarships available. And yeah, here are the regulation requirements. The only notable thing is number 5. We want to please provide us the evidence of English proficiency. And lastly, let me just go over our research centers. We do have ERP Center. That is the first ERP teaching and research centers in Taiwan. They collaborate very tightly with SAP. And they have so many like offer courses for Salesforce.com as well. They adopt the design thinking to take innovative initiative to solve issues faced by the School of Management. We also have a Yunus Social Business Center, which provides managerial advice for the social business and nonprofit organization. They offer a platform to integrate social enterprise operations in both locally and internationally. We have organizing students to conduct social internships in Nepal and also for international or local social enterprise competition. So we have this Center of Industry Collaboration, which also help us to bring our research to the industry. And for the scholarship, right? So that's the most important thing to introduce. So in here, we strive to try to make sure our graduate students here will be taken care of. So the package of your scholarship includes, for the master students, the best case scenario is that you will have your monthly stipends up to $15,000 per month, roughly like $500 US, and the waiver of tuition and credit fees, depending on your academic performance. For the PhD, the maximum we can offer is the monthly stipend up to $40,000 per month, approximate for like $13,000 in US or more than that, and including waivers of tuition and credit fees. And we also provide some links which you can follow if you're interested. And that's all I have. And if you have any questions, please let us know.
Okay, thank you, Professor Lee. And I believe everyone, including me, have the better knowledge about the programs of the School of Management. Now let us welcome the first student, Irene from Iran, to share her life in NCU and in Taiwan with you guys.
Yes, thank you very much for your introduction. Again, my name is Alale, or in Taiwan they call me Irene. And I was privileged to attend and receive my PhD degree in business administration field from School of Management, National Central University, also known as NCU. Going back to the time I planned to pursue my goal and continue my education and receive my PhD degree, I try to consider several points and elements. For example, I try to consider vision, mission, and also uniqueness of the targeted university in my mind. So after careful evaluation and searching about several universities, I realized that NCU could be one of the best options for me, because NCU is among the top universities in Taiwan, popular and well-reputed. Besides, it has long heritage in doing research area, especially in academic research area in the field of my interest. University schools, actually university and school, as professor also explained, offer several kinds of scholarship, like daily-based scholarship, merit scholarship, grants, and funds. And they are willing to offer the scholarship to those qualified and competent applicants. So don't worry about the life cost in Taiwan when you're a student. So university, especially NCU and the school, will support you. The other pros of NCU is related to the international faculty and environment, which I think is one of the most important for those who especially want to continue their career in academia. For example, students, they can make and build strong connections and network for future international collaborations. And since professors are highly educated and graduated from actually leading universities, I consider that NCU and School of Management, again, can be a best option for me to continue my education. And as far as I know, School of Management offers several variety of range of courses and programs taught in English that covers diversity of courses in business management field, such as finance, information management system, supply chain, marketing, and human resource. So don't worry if you're trying to attend different course and get more experience in the different divisions. Once applicants receive the admission and get enrolled into the program, they will be eligible to apply and register for several other free facilities, such as research room and free internet, free Wi-Fi, free Chinese and Mandarin language courses, and also library. I would like to call the library here Gold Library, because library is another story and it's like a treasure here in NCU. And lastly, I wish success and all the best for all who are watching this video and those who are also intend to apply for a School of Management. Good luck and all the best.
Okay, thank you, Irene. Now let us welcome Pavel from Russia to share your life in NCU and also in Taiwan.
Well, Eileen already explained everything I could possibly think of, so there is nothing else for me to share. Well, there is one thing for me to share is my personal experience of living in Taiwan and my personal experience of staying in school and trying to finish my education. So, well, as it's been told, my name is Pavel and I'm a PhD candidate at National Central University. So leaving the comfort of my home, my town, my family, in fact didn't take a lot of convincing, and I came to National Central University and joined the PhD program in the Department of Business Administration with great aspiration. So as a new PhD student at that time, I had lots of goals and ambitions, but I didn't really know how to go about reaching them. So, however, over the past 4 years, NCU gave me an incredible amount of resources, guidance, and help for me to realize my dreams. I have witnessed a tremendous change in my life on both levels, the academic and even on a personal level. Okay, however, I want to tell you something a little bit more personal. Somewhere halfway through my study, I ran into some personal problems that could negatively affect my education. However, I received great care and support from all my professors and my fellow students. They helped me overcome all obstacles and successfully continue my education. I can safely say that here at NCU, they really take educational mission to heart. Here at NCU, you can always find people that will support you and guide you and help you on the path to your degree. So at the end, let me tell you that here at NCU, I realized that the circumstances you're born in or you run into should not be a determinant of what you can hope to achieve. Rather, our achievement should be determined by our effort and perseverance. Okay, I think this is what I wanted to say.
Thank you so much. So now let's get into the Q&A part. We have selected several questions from the questions from the applicants. So the first question will be, are all the programs in the School of Management lecturing in English? If no, please tell us what programs can be offered to the international students if the students never learned Chinese before.
Okay, thanks for that question. So just I said, we will have a 100% English program, which is IMBA opening this year. And several of our programs, like for example, the Graduate Institute of Industrial Management, which have 90% of English courses. And I would say in general, the PhD level course can be offered in English much easier. So for different departments, I think we're more ready to offer English course in PhD level. For master level, we will have like 15% of course, or half of the course are in English, but undergrad the level is much lower. But hopefully, the budget from the English of Media of Instruction that from the Ministry of Education will help us to improve that ratio in the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next question is on the language proficiencies. What is the language, like both English and Chinese requirements of each program? Is there any minimum score of IELTS or TOEFL? I think it's TOEFL IBT. Mm-hmm. And the second question will be, my language certificate in English or Chinese is already expired, but I cannot take the exam because of the COVID-19. So can I upload the expired one? The third one will be, all the courses in my previous degree are lecturing in English. Can I upload the statement later issued by my previous university stating that the medium of instruction is English, or all the courses I took are lecturing in English as the language proof?
Okay, so let me just the first part of the question here. As you can see in the links we provide in my introduction, I don't think we have many minimum score kind of requirements. We do want you to provide proofs, but we don't really set a lot of the minimum scores. So let's move to the second question, is that, okay, you may have your language certificate expired, and you may have some personal situation, you cannot take the exam, so can you, yes, please upload your expired one first, and then, you can write it, you can make a statement to us that you will also provide it later. You'll provide a on-time certification later. And the third one is often also a lot of students will say, applicants will try and say, for the English courses cannot serve as a language proof. We're willing to, we encourage you guys to provide those kind of evidence, but still, we'll hope that you can have a statement and which will also show us the, some other proofs later.
Oh, okay. So the next question, must I contact the NCU professor first, or to find an NCU professor who's willing to be my advisor before applying for this NCU's admission or scholarship?
It's not necessary. Well, different departments may have different kind of preference, but it's not really necessary for every department. But we're willing, we welcome that you trying to contact a professor first, or trying to learn what professor's expertise is. But in terms of admission and scholarship, I think most of the cases it still goes through the formal process with the international office.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. And next question is, in average, how long does it take to obtain a master's degree or a PhD degree?
Well, by design, we're hoping that everybody can graduate in 2 years as a master,
okay,
and hopefully 4 years in PhD degrees. Okay. But of course, that's given that you fulfill all the requirements, right? So yeah, that's the best answer I can give you. Yeah, okay. Because you will have different cases, but we're hopefully international students will just like local students. They will just, by design, graduate in 2 years as a master, or by 4 years as a PhD.
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you. And then next question will be, what is the graduation requirements of each program?
This is very tricky to answer online. So yes, we provide you the link in my introduction. So please use the, how do you say that?
Camera?
The barcode?
Oh, the barcode.
The QR code, I'm sorry. QR code, please.
Okay, so
Yeah.
scan the QR code to find it by yourself.
Yes.
Okay, so can you tell us what can we prepare to secure admission scholarship, and what is the qualification? Sorry, what is the qualification to be accepted by the School of Management?
In terms of qualification, again, we do have a link. You can read it. Well, if they don't have if they don't have English version, please ask them to translate it for you. But in current finance, we already translate that, please. But yes, how can you prepare? I think the most important thing is that please make sure that all those important documents are readable in English. Because sometimes we do run into a trouble is that, okay, you may provide the official transcript, but that's not in a language which we can really understand. I'm sorry, but please, if you can help us on that, that will be greatly helpful. And hopefully, you can also describe your past experience and as well as your research agenda. Yeah, so for those things, will be greatly helpful for us to evaluating now, whether which department is better suited for you, or what kind of education or help you will need in the future. Yeah, please try to do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
the next question is, please advise us what should be written in the research proposal, and what is the differences between the study plan and also research proposal?
This is a very interesting question. So, well, the most important part of the research proposal is to try to explain why your research question is interesting to fellow academies. So, here I'm assuming you're applying PhD. So, your audience are supposed to be academies. Okay, or if you want to set up your audience as a practitioner, that's fine, but make sure you define that first. So explain very carefully why that's interesting. So if that's more academy-oriented idea, then you need very proper literature review, and also you need to pay attention for recent studies, right? It's a school of management. Most of our disciplines are very on time, right? So you cannot just cite it like 1970 classic studies. Say, oh, I'm going to extend that. Wait a minute, there are thousands of papers already in between you. So trying to do that, and also, it is okay to study regional issues, right? So some of the students may be interested, like for example, the regional issues. It's okay to focus on regional issues, but I urge the students try to think about why the particular regional issues may be interesting to the international audience. Yeah, but sometimes it's very obvious, right? The regional issues are definitely interesting to regional audience, but trying to take one step further and trying to say, okay, maybe you have the academy or practitioners' interest in international setting, then you make paper much interesting. And furthermore, if you're doing empirical studies, right, make sure you're trying to show some background, show some knowledge to the data source. Where did you get the data? How are you going to do the analysis? And does your analysis, do you know the methodologies? Right? You don't have to have the top of the line methodology ready yet, because that's why you have to. That's why you have to have a PhD. But try to show some experience to us. And for the study plan, on the other hand, it's different, right? It's kind of a plan for you to how do you process how do you pursue this PhD degree, and both in class and extracurricular ideas. And I think most importantly, you can be honest about your career plan, right? Some people want to be academy. Some people say, no, I'm getting a PhD, but I want to work in the industry. Be honest about that. That's fine. Okay? Yeah.
So the next question will be, what is the amount of the scholarship I might get as a master or PhD student?
Yeah, I hope I did a great job already in the introduction. Please go to that. Thank you.
And then if I am an expatriated employee who has worked for 2 years and is still actively working until now, can I join the program Scholarship Management?
Unfortunately, we expect full-time students for our international students. I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Professor Lee. So our time is a little bit limited, so this will be our last question, is that networking and social events are very important in the field of business. How does it affect by the COVID-19?
Okay, as far as I know, if you're within an island, you're fine. Yeah, so it's pretty much unaffected at all. If you like, local gathering for all the, international and local students. For international events, we use we're just following all the other guys, right? We just use online webinars, those kind of things. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, Professor Lee, and thank you for you two staying with us until now. This is the end of the session of the School of Management. Next coming up is the information session of the College of Electrical Engineering and also Information Engineering. So stay tuned for more information about NCU. So see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.